Good morning. So I'm on this morning with a meditation kind of based around what I've already been doing with everyone, but a little bit deeper because I've had some really cool downloads this week. And specifically on the 19th, the 18th actually, they were measuring the frequencies of the earth, Good morning, Michelle. And they noticed that the resonance of the earth increased significantly. And I'll post the patterns here later that were recorded, but there was some kind of receiving of light or frequency. And this kind of goes along with the download that I had back in September, where it showed different colored light rays would be coming to the earth, and within the light rays would be these Elohim, all of different color, these angels of creation and light, and they were coming back to the earth to support our expansion and evolving, right? So I saw that in September, and with the download that I got this week, it all makes perfect sense when combined with the download of other near-death experiencers who have seen different levels of heaven. So a really good friend of mine who's also part of the Near-Death Association Study Association, right, where they study us and they find the similarities between our experiences, she had an experience of being taken to different levels of heaven and living through the bodies of the smaller animals up to human and then beyond on the different levels of light. Now, what she was shown is that we have different levels of light. They're not worse or better, but they are different, and they ascend more and more with each choice that we make. And that is similar to the download that I had about the illusion of time and how we can create heaven on earth through different manifestation practices. I'll talk about that later. I'll talk about the download after. And you can always come back and watch it. But right now, I want to have the experience with you of creating heaven on earth through the bowls and the induction of light that we do every week. So we're going to really activate it more based on what they've shown me. So I want you to take a deep cleansing breath and choose an oil that aligns with you right now and brings you joy. So you may have joy, you may have geranium, the oil of love and trust, you may have white angelica, whatever brings you joy, put it on right now. Put it in your hands and breathe deeply in. Start to feel the energy of that oil moving through if you have it, or just use the deep breath if you don't. And feel it activating the cells within your body, raising them up in atomic structure to be closer and higher and more connected to the light. Start to feel that vibration around you, like a cushion or bubble of light. Wow, the bowls are really alive today. And as you feel this bubble around you, notice the pulsing energy of this light as if it is alive. Feel the protection. You may sense or feel the tube of white light of protection, around which is a blue wall of flame, making you invincible, invisible, and invulnerable to any negative energy, and making you a magnet for positivity. Feeling this pulsing energy of the air, this alive vibration of the light, invite your mind to open, as we do every week, to call in that induction of a light ray. And as you do this, allow your intention of creating heaven on earth to move into your mind. And rather than knowing how, imagine the feeling of accomplishment if you were living in heaven. If you had all the experiences you wanted, all the abundance, you could have the experience of life without paying for it, but just living it and being there. And imagining the accomplishment of every moment, even when you're out for a drive, that you are more magical every moment. The sun sets at the perfect time. You get to drive by some homes and visualize. You get to be in your element. You feel the wind in your hair. All the magic of the world collecting around you now. Creating a magic experience in everything that you do, even the mundane. Feel the accomplishment of more magic, of meeting people, running into people that you love, having a community of love and light, having a supportive, balancing tribe. Feeling that success and accomplishment in your work, fulfillment of abundance flowing to you. Whatever your heaven on earth looks like, imagine it now. Who would you be with? What would you do? Where would you go? What would you see? Where would you live? What would you drive? And most importantly, how would you feel? And as this vibration floods more truly and effortlessly through you into your mind, and your mind is open, invite your presence, that perfect version of you, to flow in through the top of your head. And you can feel the warm openness as that top of your head opens and receives this beautiful light. That adoring, loving version of you that is completely connected to Source, to the highest level of manifestation, to the highest level of heaven on earth. And in this place with this being, as it flows through you, its entire purpose is to bring that heaven on earth energy into your physical body, so that you too hold that creative energy, that love, that light, that possibility for yourself. So as you notice this, and as you feel this, see that channel open up from the heart of your presence, and a very deep violet, powerful violet, flaming, blazing, gold, blazing beam of light shines down on the top of your head. And this violet color may change. It may have hues of darker violet. It may have lighter. It integrates and flows effortlessly, all the elements of the light stream flowing into the top of your head. And you can feel your mind receive and open and joyously accept the fullness of this light as it moves in through the top of your head. You can feel it moving behind the front of your brain, frontal lobe, in between the hemispheres of the brain, swirling into the cells, in between the tissues and crevices in the tissues, moving into the amygdala, the emotional center of the brain, moving into the back of the brain, collecting at the brain stem, pulling light, vibration, that violet flame, light ray into your mind, pulling out any thoughts And again, pushing out with such force, such presence. It pushes out impurities. And your body becomes light rays, becomes light. Feeling this energy move, breathing it in like a mist, feeling it flow from the heart of your presence. Feel it filling that space around your heart, moving between the ribs, providing that cushion of protection around your heart the way that it may need release. It may not have an answer. It may be confused. It may not know what it needs. If that is the case, you send the unknowing into the space. If it comes back with nothing, that it needs nothing, send nothing into the space. Like a channel from your heart, you are sending whatever it asks for into this place of light, and you are witnessing a transformation within yourself and this place. Everything you send is received with love and joy. And take a moment to give thanks for whatever came through in this brief meditation today, knowing that you can always return to it at any time by simply recalling the images that came through. You can also expand this work by calling the images in as you go to sleep and starting in that place of light, asking your presence to come through and guide you as you rest. And as you take your last few breaths of this meditation, I want to transition into the download that I received on that day of high vibration in the universe and on the earth, where the resonance of the Schumann resonance was very, very high and the pattern was powerful. I will share the pattern below of the readings, but I want to say that on that day, it was that when I received a download about how we transition to heaven on earth. And I know that that is what I came back for. And I chose to use music to heal people before I woke up from my near-death experience. But I didn't know at the time how it worked. And it is in working with others in one-on-one sessions, seeing them create their heaven on earth, witnessing as they go through their awakening, and it's, you know, this experience of contrast and choosing light, that I see how it is possible and receive messages now more regularly. There's something called the law of balance, and we'll talk about that later, because I want to talk about the download about creating heaven on earth and the illusion of time. So we, in our human mind, we live in a place of time where we have this matrix of time that we live within, and we have to get up and we go, and the sun rises and sets, and it is good and it is lovely and it is why we are here. However, there is a larger concept of time out there in the spiritual realm, as it's been shown to me, where we live. Our experience on this life is guided by free will. So as it was shown to me, we experience moments of contrast in our life, and how we respond to those moments, whether in love or fear, determines in which timeline, in which reality we are existing. And so that's why the practices of the Ho'oponopono forgiveness prayer can be powerful across time, distance, and without even being in front of the person. That sending of forgiveness is an act of love that you're sending out into the universe. That is the currency of the universe. The currency of the universe is love and light. And if that is true, then each choice that we make in love, each time we experience the contrast, each time we step into love, we move into a higher realm of existence. So as I see it, and I know it's not like this, but we live on one plane, and the heavenly plane is here. And so as we choose the light, as we choose the love, we move closer into that heaven on earth, because we ourselves are increasing our frequency through loving practices, and increasing our frequency allows us to attract and bring in that which creates a higher vibrational lifestyle. So the download was a really powerful one of moving into different levels of awareness through our choices in our experiences of contrast. So this absolutely connected with, oh, I can add you to the thing. This absolutely connected with the near-death experiences of others in the groups that I'm with, and we share our visions with each other. And if you combine that with the Schumann resonance of the planet having raised so significantly in the past 2 days, a couple of things are happening. You may be experiencing slightly more contrast in your life, or feeling an angst in your body that you don't know what to do with. And in my interpretation, in my spiritual work, I'm finding this to be more earth related and the raising of consciousness on earth than it is with external beings. So it used to be in my work that if someone came in with a dense energy around them or connected to them, then I would feel that energy either in my body or in my energetic and emotional body, and then I would know to clear it, but it would first come through my body. Well, what's happened in the past few months with this transition and raising of frequency of the planet, and through my own personal work, I think, is that I'm finding that these things, I am able now to stay more deeply in joy as these situations come into my periphery. I see the dense energy move into the room. I can transmute it from a place of joy without it touching me, and then it goes. And that's been really profound for me. And when I asked my spiritual mentor about this, of why is this happening and what has happened, she said that all of the experiences on earth right now are culling us into mastery. So we're coming up with these experiences of contrast. Do we choose love? Once we prove that we're moving into mastery with the law of balance of the spiritual world, receiving the messages, acting on them, staying in joy, choosing love, choosing light, even in the most difficult of circumstances, we are showing that we are able to hold space for that higher frequency, and our lives start to change. So as I see it, we're moving up kind of a level by level into the different light realms of our own existence by creating a higher frequency in the way that we handle everything in life. This means everything from thoughts that come into our mind, and that's the most important thing. Do we treat our thoughts lovingly? One of my clients this week said when she gets a negative thought, she gets fearful because she's like, oh, I'm putting that out there in the universe. No, the thought process and the negative implications of negative thoughts do not take place until you take action on them, because you have free will in order to respond to whatever comes through to you. So I'm teaching her to release the thought in love, because that's the action. You can choose to accept and become fearful about the thought, or you can say, hey, that's a thought. I label it as a thought with no judgment. It's a thought, and then I let it go. Or I replace it with 3 positive thoughts. Those are very simple practices of self-love that can show even in the most seemingly insignificant times with our thoughts. We are choosing love. And that is a practice, especially for those who struggle with anxiety. Sometimes we can relabel the anxiety as excitement and open to the flow of the universe and say, this is the same feeling in the body as excitement. Sometimes we may not be able to do that, but we can sit there and say an I am affirmation until we fall asleep or until something shifts. Or we can sit in meditation, release the thoughts that are around anxiety, and be present. Because in presence, there is no anxiety or fear. We are in a moment where something may have happened and something may be going on in our lives, but in that moment, we are present and whole and complete and fine. So between that download of the different levels of heaven on earth and how to create it, and the law of balance, which is that we receive information from the universe and we receive situations in our life or thoughts, what do we choose? Do we show source that we are choosing love, even in the times when no one's watching, right? Even in our own self-communication. So I just wanted to highlight those 2 things today, and I do hope that they resonate with you. I will put the Schumann resonance graph reading underneath this meditation, because I think you'll find it fascinating to see what's happening on a planetary level, that it's actually becoming more of a high frequency planet so that we can call in those energies. And the light rays that are coming in right now, I saw them as being spiritual rays, but now I'm seeing validation that actual solar flares are coming to the earth. And to me, that's fascinating, because I didn't even know solar flares existed or what they did, but it's completely in alignment with what I was shown. And I love to see how things are unfolding, and I'm so thankful to be able to bring these messages to this group. If you have questions, or you had colors or things come up, or didn't have things come up, please comment below so that I can, hi, Johan, so that I can comment on them later. And please rewatch this, because this was a pretty profound download for me this week. I'm very thankful to have received it. It brings clarity to me about how we create heaven on earth. Even though we've known all of this stuff for a while, it's the same stuff they've been telling me. They showed it to me differently that's in alignment with other near-death experiencers, experiences of the light realm. So if this resonates with you, please comment below. Thank you again for joining me live. For those of you who did, if you're just joining, please rewatch and let me know, and have a fabulous day. I hope that you live in this new high vibration that the earth is bringing to us. Bye. Have a good one.